everyone. My name is Debbie Russell. I'm the Professional Development Coordinator here at Head Start. And this is
Miss Julie, and I'm a teacher here at Head Start.
And we're here today to show you our STEM room. So, Julie, would you like to start over there?
Sure. First, we'd like to tell you we actually do have 2 STEM rooms in our program. One is here at the Mount Furnace, the other one is located in Connersville. So first, we're going to take you over here and show you our water table. And we have lots of things you can do here. You can pour the water down through here. We have an activity where the kids can do a sink or float, figure out which items may sink, which items may float. And then we come over here. You want to discuss this contraption?
So this is a kind of a track, and the children have to figure out how to put their magnetized tracks, how to put them on the board so that when you start one, it will roll down and drop down through each level and then land in the points blocks at the end. Like that, we got a point. Woo. Similarly, we have the marble run over here. So come on, Julie, let's race.
Oh, jeez. All right, hold on. Let me get over on this side.
Technical difficulties.
The marbles.
I know.
Okay. So,
All right.
So you guys can see.
There we go.
All right. Oops, this is in the way. Hold on.
Keep your fingers crossed.
Okay. Ready?
Let's try it. Nope. My side didn't work. Yay! Awesome job. You're a better engineer than I am. All right, so over on this side we have an activity. Again, these are all magnetized, so they can work on these boards or on the whiteboards on the back of the wall there, where the children have to fit them together in a way that when you start to turn the dial, they all move.
Cool. Kind of like a crank.
Yeah. So this one, see, we're not close enough, and it's just not going to work there. There we go. So a little bit of engineering design going on there.
Or whatever, very hands-on activity for the kids. I love it. Okay.
Would you like to do the TV game? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can get the information on that.
All right, so I think we have to turn this around. And this is about mixing colors.
Let's touch. That's really cool.
No, it's not going to work for me.
Here, let me assist.
Please do.
Okay, so from what I understand, you have to hold this and then spin the red and white.
So it's a two-handed thing.
Yeah, and then you can mix the colors together before they dry.
Oh, that is cool.
The porcupine.
Oh wait, we gotta get the porcupine to bust them up.
Oh, okay. That is really neat.
Ooh, swirling colors.
Kids love to mix
We
around
can make
colors
tie-dye.
and mix colors together. So
I
that's
love
a
it.
lot of fun.
It's like finger painting without the mess.
is.
Right? Without the mess.
So Deb, do you want to show,
So this particular television has some little magical properties. Not only can it serve as a tactile game for children down at their level, if you were showing something to a group of children, you can actually raise this up so that everybody can see.
Awesome.
And then we'll go back down again for a minute. If you wanted to make it more of a tabletop type of activity, technical difficulties, it's not working. It turns into a table. I promise you, it really does.
That is awesome.
No. Oh, here we go.
Oh, here we go. Look at that.
I'm not going to send it the whole way back, but you get the idea. So the children then, when it's flattened out, they can be swirling the colors around or playing a game with each other.
That's awesome.
On this. So yeah, it's a very cool item.
I love that.
Okay. And so I think Miss Julie could probably tell you a little bit about the blocks that we have over here. Every Head Start classroom has unit blocks,
Oh, yeah.
correct?
Yep, every classroom has these. Unfortunately, we're not using them right now because of COVID, but there's all kinds of different shapes and sizes, and these ones here are the see-through ones with the colors, so like the kids will kind of put them together, maybe use it as like a window type thing. And they just, I've seen the kids just build, as high as this with all these different blocks, and they just have a great time. So this is in every single classroom. So this isn't just something that you would see in a STEM room. These are different kinds of blocks that you would see in every classroom that we have at Head Start.
And one thing I would like to point out is that on the shelves, you'll see that all of the blocks have the shapes on the shelf, so that the children can be self-sufficient and put that away themselves after they're done. They know exactly what goes where.
And the blocks kind of fit into each other too, so they follow the pattern, and then they kind of connect them in together to put them back on the shelf, which is great.
Yeah.
So it's easy cleanup for the kids.
All right. These are just some extra things that we use with our block set. Children can make ramps and tracks and do all sorts of things. So this is probably not going to work, but we'll give it a try. Oh, yay, it did. Something just simple like that, just to see. And they can practice how much more force the ball comes down, the higher you build, the higher angle that you build with the ramp will make more speed, increase the speed. So it just gives a little bit of added dimension to the block play. All right.
What else?
Take me to your lab, Miss
Yeah,
Julie.
take me to the lab. There's all kinds of things to look at here. A lot of classrooms have both these and these in there, which helps with colors, which helps with counting. The kids like to weigh different things in the classroom, again, to see which is heavier, how many it'll take to, get it leveled out. I've seen the kids doing that before. This is our dramatic play area, which every classroom has, and every classroom has your sink, your stove, your refrigerator, and your cupboard. Usually with plain food and, dishes and stuff like that. This one, we've kind of gone a step further with, and as you can see, we have a lot of science stuff. And this is all loaded with all kinds of little beakers and stuff to measure with. There's glasses, and of course, we have our construction area that we put in here for the kids to pretend that they're building. There's even little coats if they want to be an astronaut, which is awesome. There is a little lab coat, so they can pretend to be a scientist. And then, of course, you got your construction jacket. So kids love to pretend. They like to play house. They like to, imagine they're everything from a policeman to a doctor. So this is a great area for the kids.
And all of the dressing up clothes in this area relate to science, technology, engineering, and math. So it ties into the whole theme of the room.
Right, absolutely.
We start right over here then. So on the top shelf right here, we have a variety of different building materials that the children can put together. These particular ones come with ideas that you can use, and it gives a description on the back as well. Or they can play with it as they see fit, using their own imagination and create whatever they want. So we have the little tubes that will fit together. We have little blocks that are shapes that click together. And again, there are some pictures of some famous landmarks that they can try and imitate or just build on their own. And then this reminds me of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. The flowers that are there.
That reminds me of those, what are those things, the Connects that came out
Yeah,
years ago?
yeah. So, again, lots of opportunity for using their imagination and what they're creating. On this side, a few more of the construction toys. So here are some. These look like candy, like Candyland. Mm-hmm. Down at the bottom are the gears that go to the board over here, so you can add more gears. No, these are different gears. I'm very sorry. Strike that, reverse it. So these are gears that children can build freestanding, correct? Bingo.
More building blocks, and of course every classroom has puzzles. We have all kinds of different puzzles that the kids can use all the time. So those are always in the room.
We move over this side then.
My.
All right, so back here, again, just a few different types of activities that can be done in the STEM room that children can participate with. So this is a magnet activity, and I'll just turn that around to show you. It explains and also shows pictures of how you can get this magnet activity to work. And, you know, for somebody who hasn't used it and is trying to figure out how to make it work, you know, going like this doesn't seem to be helping, it's not working. But if you put it underneath there, and you can make him move.
Oh, that's cute.
Obviously my eye-hand coordination needs some work, but
Oh, it's like a little game. There's start,
Yeah.
and then he has to go down here and get the cheese. So they have to
Yep.
figure out whether they have to go down here or down this way. That's awesome.
and then fishing for
The fish.
a variety of fish.
Fish. These are pretty cool. Yeah, this is like a type of like gear too, isn't it? And we would have to start at the top and then spin down, which that's a fun little activity.
It is.
Fine
And then-
motor skills and stuff.
Hammering. And this is something that's very easy to make. It's like styrofoam inside, so even if you wanted to do something like this at home, that would be an easy STEM activity to recreate. Just cover some styrofoam that comes with I don't know, an Instant Pot. You have the styrofoam inside. You can cover that up with some material or an old pillowcase or anything like that. And then you use the pegs and you practice pounding and the eye-hand coordination that goes along with that.
Oh, that's cool.
All right.
Okay, and then we move over to this area, and there's all kinds of stuff they can do over here. There is building blocks, again, on a smaller scale of building blocks. There's pictures, they can recreate the pictures, they can do stuff on their own. There's, again, a magnet activity where you have to spin this.
And it's a tilty thing,
Right,
so
and
you
figure
have
out how to maneuver your way through the different gears and spin around.
to, it obviously takes some practice.
And again, there is pictures. You can move these pieces around on here, which is pretty cool. So they can create their own, or they can go by what's on the pictures, which is a lot of fun. What else is there? I've seen these before. These are really cool. This is all the materials to recreate the story, which in my room, we just did the Three Little Pigs. So, you know, you have all the characters. They can decide, you know, okay, we're going to build the house that doesn't, you know, blow down, or we can do the straw one and just practice recreating their own version of the same story, which is really cool because then they're the author and they create everything, which is great. Again, we have more science stuff here. You know, we have magnifying glasses and beakers where they can look at stuff.
Yeah, I like to look at a bug. Yeah.
Teachers, not so much, but kiddos like looking at the buttons.
As long as it's in there, I'm okay. This is another awesome thing which I just love. Again, this is my first time seeing this room, but they're their own little engineer here. They have a little desk and there's a light on here, and they can, you know, there's some pictures they can look at to help them with creating, and there's all kinds of little trinkets in here that they can play around with. There's little balls, there's wheels, there's sticks. They can create all kinds of fun stuff. There's stuff all down there. I see some larger size of what looks like pipe cleaners. Again, kids and their imaginations, they can create all kinds of stuff. So that's a great little area.
Along this part, we have some more science activities. So again, there are magnets and different materials to be able to look at. Measuring, this one has some dinosaur bones in it, and various different things that the children can pretend they've dug up.
This is your favorite thing. I have more bugs.
More bugs.
More bugs and little magnifying glasses and stuff.
Gotta love the bugs.
Yeah.
Up here, we have tabletop manipulatives. So these could be used for counting, hence the math. They could be used for creating patterns, matching colors. All of these are important math skills that children learn at the preschool age. The cans also are some other science activities similar to some of the other things we have around the room, just a different variety of them to give a little bit more.
And it looks like they're on a
interest.
more like smaller scale for like little hands or whatever. So, you know, this is stuff that they can maneuver more on their own.
And I thought these were kind of fun.
Oh, okay.
So,
Different colors. Oh, they're glasses.
they're glasses.
Oh, that is awesome.
And, well,
Okay.
So this, I've put
that's cool.
orange and red, or sorry, yellow and red and created orange. So when I'm looking at Miss Joyce over there, she's orange. Even on the fake tan.
These are neat because a lot of times when the kids are painting them, I notice in our room that they'll say, how do you make yellow? We don't have yellow. Or how do you make red? Or how, you know.
Orange.
And this is one of those things that say, okay, if you take this and this, what do you see?
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what color? So then when you go back in the classroom, you're painting, what colors do you think you would use to make that same thing?
Yep.
So that's kind of cool. I like that.
Great. This is always a favorite. All of our Head Start classrooms have these as well,
Oh,
the
they
magnet
love
tiles
those.
for building.
Love them.
It never gets old. They love them from the very first day of school right the way through to the very end of
Absolutely.
school. Great, great toy, great
Right.
product, great learning experience for them using the magnet tiles.
Well, and what's great this year, Deb, is that because everybody has their own boxes, everybody has a magnetic board. So we gave all the kids letters and numbers, and they can also write on it and wipe it off. But what's cool is they will stick to that board. So they can use that board as a base.
It
So
gives them
my kids
stability.
will build on that board. And
Yeah.
we've got pictures of them creating castles and houses and all kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah,
Because they can use that board as a base, and they're loving that.
awesome.
Yeah, they're loving that.
And that goes along with, over here we have, which is more stable. So using that magnetic board in order
Right.
to build on certainly gives the stability and less frustration too, because
Right.
the children aren't getting sad because it collapses.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yep.
they have something to give it a good solid base. Right. As you can see back here in the corner, we also have a lot of art activities. So if children want to, like you were saying, Julie, about mixing the colors of paint to create new colors, they can experiment with that.
Right. Markers, we always give them pencils, paints. I mean, they have like a plethora of like art supplies. They can pretty much there's any kind of art supplies whatsoever in our room. In all of the rooms, construction paper, everything. We use paper plates, we used coffee filters recently. We made some kinds of coffee filters. So, I mean, there's always a ton to do with art supplies.
And even in a STEM room, it's a good idea to have a quiet place. Some children might be a little overwhelmed by all of the different things that are going on in here. So having the beanbag chairs and the books, which again are still related to the idea of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, they can sit and look at that, or they could take one of the books to one of the areas if they wanted to recreate something or try and use it for ideas. So it's just another aspect of their play.
Right, absolutely.
All right, so if Colin can come over here, we have Imagination Playground. I know this is one of your favorite, Joyce. I saw you playing with it. So these are kind of a lightweight, spongy sort of building material. And you can turn things a variety of different ways. You can see that the holes go different directions in some of the blocks and the bricks. I was kind of going with a theme when I was putting some of these together and doing the ramps and having the balls go rolling down. So we're going to try this. Julie, since you're on that side, would you try it with one of the balls?
Okay.
And see if it'll go around the track.
Come on.
Yay, it works.
Awesome.
Better than the marbles
Yeah.
and the gears. Let's see. So, last but not least, we're here at this table. I want to show this because I think this is a really, really cool piece of equipment. I hesitate to call it a toy. It's not really a toy, but it repeats the patterns when you're pushing the buttons. It remembers those directions and will move in the directions of the buttons that you pushed. So let's see. I'm going to try and do what Colin did and see if it will work. Calm down. It remembers the last pattern that we did too.
Oh, that's cool. And the kids love anything that moves on its own. They just love it.
And so there are two of them here, so it would be interesting to see the, oh, he's done. Interesting to see what two of them going together would be like. I'm sure that they would have a lot of fun, a lot of enjoyment with that. All right, over here. So this stuff here is called Floof. I wish you could be here if we had smell-o-vision. When you open up this container, it smells like marshmallows or vanilla or something. It just smells really good. So I would have fun. I like things that are sensory like that. I would have fun with it.
This, it's just like cotton candy. Like it literally
It
just
does feel like
falls
cotton
apart.
candy.
But then it just goes right back together. I mean, it is the cool thing. And it is so soft. And you could smush it. So like, okay, you know, obviously it's March, so we don't have snowballs. But now you have a snowball.
Now you have a snowball. And it's similar in property to kinetic sand. If anybody has used kinetic sand before, it does the same sort of like dissolve through your fingers or fall apart in bits. Let me stretch it out a little bit further.
I like it because it's not messy. Like there's not really anything on my hands. You can clean it up right away.
It might not be noticeable, but I can feel it as it's relaxing and starting to get ready to fall.
Right.
So yeah, cool stuff. And something like this could either be used as a tabletop toy or perhaps in a larger bin where you could put a couple of sets of it together and then, you know, lots of sensory play taking place there. And then last but not least, we have our train track set. And I might need to defer to Colin a little bit on this one, but the train track set helps with coding. So as I don't know, I can't remember how to turn it on. Is it already turned on? We hit go there, perhaps. Let's try this.
Yep.
There we go.
I didn't know this even moved by itself.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really cool.
That's awesome.
Well, it's supposed to move by itself, whether or not it will. This is technology with me.
Works when it wants to, right? Absolutely.
What do we do? Push it? Ah, there we go.
It just needed a boost.
Maybe. Sounds like water running. That's really cool.
Oh my gosh.
I love the sound effects.
What is this to?
Interesting that you asked that. That contains the instruction code that is telling this what to do.
Oh,
So as
okay.
it goes over each color,
It has
it's
different
telling
sound.
the
so
train which way to go. So yeah,
What
lots
is
of fun.
that?
And again, this just has like cards, so you can build like the same kind of things that are on these cards, using the materials that are here, or obviously you can go out on your own.
And it's good for social emotional development because there are a lot of families and characters and multicultural children who are included in the kits. They have, there's a park that you can build a park area. There's a castle or princess that you can build. So there are a lot of different ideas in here that can be used. And these pictures are just sort of a guideline to them. Don't have to follow them exactly, but it does give them some ideas.
So now, Deb, question. If you want to make this bigger, as long as you move these pieces to wherever,
There are
that's
more.
where it'll pick
Yeah.
up the directions?
Yep, there are
That is
more
so
of them. And it will.
That
I
is
know I
awesome.
wasn't very creative in my track building, but
No, but I'm just saying, as long as you move these, this is basically your directions for the
Yes.
car. So you can make this the whole table, as long
You
as
could.
you have those things in there, they'll just keep moving. That's
or
great.
on the floor. It could be done on the floor as
Right.
well.
That's
so.
great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Cool.
Great. Well, thank you, ladies. Hi, everyone. My name's Joyce. I'm the enrollment manager here for Head Start, Early Head Start. So thank you, ladies, so much for introducing our STEM room. Unfortunately, no kiddos have been able to come in our STEM room just yet because it wasn't completed until like after the pandemic started. But we are really excited for our kiddos to start coming into our room and being able to engage in this part of our services that we offer. So this is just one little tiny service of all the services that we offer here at Head Start, Early Head Start. So keep tuning in throughout the day.
Can
to
we
the
go to
different
something very quickly before they go?
Sure, absolutely.
Since a lot of kids are still virtual and may not have the opportunity to come to the STEM room yet, hopefully we will get to the point where we can. We decided we'd show you a couple little experiments that you might be able to try at home. And they're not difficult and they're not terribly messy, so something fun that you can do.
Well, I'll let you do that one.
All right.
That one first. You go ahead.
So, a couple of simple ingredients are all you need for this. We're going to make a milk rainbow. these are things that the children can do as well. So you can get this out. You can do it in a bowl. It doesn't necessarily have to be on a plate. I don't want to take too long here. Just a couple more little drops. And let's see, one more. So watch what happens when we have the milk, we have the food coloring, and you put a little bit of dishwashing liquid right in the center. It makes a rainbow. Isn't that amazing?
That is so cool.
I know. So the milk and the food coloring react to the dish soap.
That is cool.
Yeah. So, all right, Miss Julie.
Okay, now mine is Skittles. And I mean, you don't have to use a small plate, you can use a small plate, you can use a big plate. And you take some water and real slowly you're going to pour it and watch what happens to the colors as you go around the plate. Please work.
That's what we all say when we're doing experiments.
And it might take a few minutes and it's already starting a little bit. Let's see here, come on. Oh, it's not working. It's not working. Maybe it does have to be warm water. It's working a little bit. Okay, so it might have to be warmer water. But the idea is that the colors, and it's starting to work now, but it might take a few minutes because we don't have a lot of time. But basically what happens is the colors start to come to the center, kind of like a star. But as you'll notice, the colors never touch. Like they never blend.
You
They
see
just
how they're
stay
in
separated.
stripes?
That is neat.
Yeah.
And you can make whatever pattern you want. I've seen people do it so it looks like a star or a flower or whatever. We just kind of randomly put it on there so you guys would get an idea, but you could arrange it however you want.
Cool.
Yeah. And then the last thing, this took a little advanced preparation, so I didn't bring the items that you need to use with this, but you can take a raw egg. This is a raw egg. I'm not going to crack it and prove it, but trust me, it's a raw egg. And put that egg in a cup of white vinegar. Leave it for 24, preferably 48 hours. So if you put it in there and you leave it for 2 days, it's going to be perfect. And what happens is, it turns into a bouncy egg. Watch.
That is so cool. That
This is
just
still
amazing.
the raw egg. The yolk is still inside of there. If I were to cut this open, the yolk and the egg whites would pour out into the dish. But it's just a fun way of, seeing chemical reaction that is taking place. So the vinegar, yes, go right ahead. The vinegar dissolves the hard shell and just leaves the membrane inside.
That is like the coolest thing.
I know.
That is super cool.
It's cool.
I've seen this on the interweb, and I wasn't sure if it really worked.
It works. I put this in 2 days ago, and it was ready to go
Nice.
for today.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome.
Thank you very much. We had a great time with you today.
Bye.
If you guys are interested in applying for Head Start, definitely go to our Facebook page. There's a link there. You can call our office, 724-430-4818. Or you can visit our website at www.privateindustrycouncil.com. We hope that you stay tuned in for the rest of the day for the rest of our wonderful videos we'll be sharing with you guys.
Bye.